Just confirming you're there. Okay, just noting that I do see Turtle Island on the Zoom, but they're not raising their hand. Moving forward into the adoption of the agenda. Any changes, deletions to the agenda?
Nathan,
Michelle?
I just have one. The harvesting group is meeting virtually Thursday. Well, it can be in person or virtually. I'm choosing virtually.
Okay. Do you want that as an agenda item or is that just an update now?
It's in scheduling. I didn't know if it needed to be there, so I'm just adding it.
Okay. So we're adding an item for Michelle on scheduling. Any other items? Can I get a mover?
Move, Audrey.
Moved by
I'll
Audrey,
second.
second by Michelle. All in favor?
Favor.
Any opposed? Seeing none, motion's carried. Item number 3, my apologies, I'm still working on pronunciation, but our governance structure. Assuming Jill is walking us through this. Somebody?
Yeah, good morning. This was supposed to be an introduction by the chief, a very high-level introduction about the information that this council passed in a previous resolution with regard to the Gunjukwa structure, the preliminary study period that will occur for the next 8 weeks. So as the council knows, they passed a resolution last month allowing for this preliminary trial period under the Gunjukwa structure. And the Gunjukwa structure has basically added an additional political liaison meeting. And the focus of it was to streamline our operations as well as get more information to the councillors faster so that they could do political liaison work. So that's where we're sitting right now. We're in the, we're now entering the 8-week study period of the new structure. It doesn't really have an impact on community member per se. If they have questions, they'll still bring them forward as they have in the past, and it will still be dealt with by this council. So it was just a preliminary introduction by the chief for this preliminary study period. It is being scheduled right now to have the council make a determination how they wish to move forward on this preliminary structure, Gunjukwa, which actually means group in Mohawk, and on October 31st of this year. So it's an 8-week study period, and there'll be some analysis going on about whether this will be a better structure for the Six Nations elected council and moving forward politically. So just wanted to do a brief introduction. And the other thing I should mention is that there was communications that was to be done to the community late last week, but there was technical challenges with that. So as I understand it, that material has not went out yet, but we're trying to get it on to go out sooner rather than later. So it's ready to go. It's just a matter of the technical glitches that occurred. Thank you, Nathan.
Thanks, Jill. Is there any questions? Comments? He's seeing nothing in person, seeing nothing online. Thanks, Joe. Moving to item, we have no delegations or presentations. Moving into item number 5, the adoption of the political liaison minutes of July 25th.
I'll move.
Moved by Michelle, seconder.
I'll second.
Second by Carrie. Any questions, amendments required to the minutes? Hearing and seeing none, been properly moved and seconded. Going to the vote, all in favor? Any opposed? Seeing none, motion's passed. Looks like we need to also adopt the minutes of the Human Services Committee of August 3rd. Can I get a mover for that? Moved by Hazel, seconder, Sherry Lynn.
Question, comment.
Sherry Lynn has comment, go ahead.
On that also, even when you read them regarding the palliative care, that they were supposed to do a presentation this month, that I sent it to Shirley for it to come to full council.
Okay.
Of an update on what's going on with palliative care.
Okay, so just to reiterate to those on council, if you didn't, on Zoom, if you didn't hear, the palliative care presentation will be at full council, just in relation to the minutes. Okay, haven't been properly moved and seconded. I see no further questions, no hands raised. Going to the vote, all in favor? Any opposed? Seeing none, motion's passed. Okay, moving us into scheduling. Recommendation 6.1 that Six Nations of the Grand River Council delegate a counselor to travel to the Band First Nations Representative Provincial Conference on September 13th to the 15th at Casino Rama.
That was me and that's me and Melba.
So you and Melba are going?
Yeah.
Okay.
We replied back from Tarlis.
Perfect. Okay, so if you didn't hear on virtual, Sherry Lynn and Melba will be attending the Band First Nations Representative Provincial Conference. Can I get
I'll move. I'll move.
I'll second.
Moved by Michelle. I think Hazel had her hand up first, so I'm going to go to Hazel for the seconder. Any further comments? Seeing none, going to the vote. All in favor? Any opposed? Seeing none, motion's passed. Motion to waive actually, let's hold off on second reading. Michelle, you had an item for this schedule.
Yeah, the harvesting group is meeting in Akwesasne on Thursday. You can go physically or join virtually. I'll go virtually at 9 a.m.
Okay. Do you need a motion if you're not traveling?
No.
Okay.
No,
So that's just for our awareness, right?
yes.
Okay, thank you for that. Any questions? Colleagues? Seeing none.
So
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
gonna waive second reading.
perfect. Thanks, Michelle. Mover to waive second reading. Michelle, is there a seconder? Second by Helen. Going to the vote, all in favor? Any opposed? Seeing none, motion's passed. Motion to adjourn to in-camera.
Move.
Moved by Audrey, seconded by Hazel. All in favor? Any opposed? Seeing none, motion's passed. Well, thanks, community. Stay dry and have a safe day. If we were ever even.